All right, good people. Happy Friday. I just got done watching Straw on Netflix. It's the new Tyler Perry movie, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great movie. Right off the bat, I feel like this is this is not what I initially thought it was going to be. I thought after I watched the previews, I was like, okay, I've already kind of seen a movie like this before. And y'all put in the comments if you know like what movie I'm talking about. But I think it was Denzel Washington and had a sick child, and it's like, okay, what would you do for your sick child? Would you rob a bank? Would you hold doctors at gunpoint? Like, what would you do? And so I feel like I had already kind of seen something like that before, so I was like, I'm not really that excited to watch it, but I love Tyler Perry, so I was like, I'm gonna watch it. But the more I watched it, the more I realized it was not that. It was not that. I'll be honest, like the first half an hour to 45 minutes, it was intense. It was good. Taraji P. Henson, I mean, she can act. Sherri Shepherd, like that first half, I was like, okay, she's good. She's good. Tiana Taylor came on screen, and I'm like, okay. The only problem with her is like she's so pretty, like she's so beautiful that it's kind of hard. Like it was hard for me to get past how fine she is. It was like she just looks like a freaking work of art. So like I can't take her seriously. But man, right about like an hour into it, that's when I was like, oh wow, this is getting good. Like I'm really falling in love with the main character. I forget her name, but it was Taraji's character. And I just, over time, the hour 45 minutes worth of movie, especially towards the end, it's like you just really fall in love with her and you appreciate her struggle. And the message of the movie is kind of like you never know what people are going through. And oddly enough, the crazy thing about this is earlier today I was talking with someone I was supposed to be coaching. But it's funny, like every time we go to the call, we have these really intense conversations. And he shared a story with me. It kind of was about helping someone out because you never know what they're going through. And apparently he found out with this person that reported to him. He's a senior leader, and he found out what one of his direct reports were going through and kind of came in and helped him out. And so it's wild and crazy that on the same day I go to watch this movie and this kind of theme is going on in the movie. What the movie's talking about is the fact that you never know what people are going through. And I think that's just so important to give some consideration to. The next time that you want to get upset with someone or frustrated with the person checking out your groceries or the person who is speeding past you on the highway or just whatever the case may be, just know that there may be something more to the story that you're not privy to, that you just don't know. So be careful about being so quick to judge people. And I know that, sometimes people do things that are wrong, but you just never know why, what led them to that point, or what else might be going on. And, sometimes it could be nothing, but oftentimes there's a story behind it. So that was kind of the message of the movie. And then that second half of the movie, start to fall in love with that character as well. So she did an amazing job. I would love to see her in a lot more dramas. I know she's a comedian and she likes to make people laugh, but I honestly feel like she could be an amazing dramatic actor. So, but Tiana Taylor, once I got past her looks, she was really good. Like she was really good. And I know she has another movie coming out in theaters a little bit later on this year. That's supposed to be a really big deal. So I'm excited for her because she's really just an insanely talented person and easy on the eyes. I do feel like, I think they shot this in like 4 days, and there are moments where I feel like you can tell where they should have went back and reshot a couple of the scenes. Some of the scenes that could have been a lot more powerful, there was just something that was missing from some of the actresses and actors. And I just feel like there were a few casting errors. But who am I? Like, I'm not in the industry. So me even saying that is kind of like, who do you think you are? But I will say, if they weren't going to cast the people differently, then they should have reshot some of those scenes, so that you could really feel it. Like Taraji was killing it in a couple of scenes, and then some of the people she's working with, that's what you're giving, okay. But I would definitely watch it again. It was good. Yeah, I think that's it. I definitely encourage you to take out some time this weekend and catch the movie on Netflix. I don't think you'll be disappointed. I will say that you got to get past the first, well, not even that. Like, I think you'll be into it. I really do think it definitely held my attention from the beginning all the way to the end. But what I'm saying is, like, the first half of it, you might be tempted to say, you'll notice some of the stuff I mentioned with the actors and the actresses, and you'll notice like some of the story you might be like, but then as they get into it, it definitely opens up. There are so many times that you see things in the news, you hear about different stories, you just never know like what is the true why behind what causes people to do certain things. Some of it can be mental health, some of it can be just people are evil and mean. Like, I mean, in all honesty, sometimes it just is that. But then I think there's probably a great portion of crimes that are committed, things that are done that actually come as a result of mounting pressure on people. It's just something to think about. I don't know. Like, have you all ever been at a point in your life where you felt like if one more thing goes wrong, if one more thing goes wrong, I know I've definitely been there. Now, I'm blessed. I believe that my faith has kind of held me down, and I've always been more of a calm person, but I've definitely had a few times where it's like, if one more thing goes wrong in my life, I don't really know what I'm about to do. We're all really just one bad decision away from jail, away from the grave, away from whatever. So, I just think it's important to be humble and empathetic and compassionate towards people. So, I don't know. Go watch Straw. Let me know what you think. I would give it a solid 3.5 out of 5 stars. I would say if they would have either swapped out some characters, a few of the characters, not a lot, just a couple of them, like some of the supporting actors, maybe a couple of them. They had some key parts. So I wanted them to be like, I just want them to give me a little bit more to make me feel it. I'm pretty in touch with my emotions. I'm a grown man. So I really don't care what people think about that. Like, I'm the dude in church that's gonna cry. I don't care. Very much in touch with my masculinity, femininity, whatever. I don't care. Like, I am who I am, and I love me. So, but I say all that to say that whenever I watch a movie, like a drama, like, I want to feel it. Like, let me feel, let me feel what you got, right? I do feel like they could have either, like I said, got different characters for some of those key parts, or reshot some of those scenes. And again, I think they shot it in 4 days, which is amazing and awesome. And I would have never known that if I hadn't seen it in the interviews. But for those reasons alone, I can't say that it would be like a 4 out of 5. I would give it a 3.5 out of 5, which kind of pisses me off a little bit, because it's like you have such a great, like, the storyline is awesome, and especially when you get to the end and there's a plot twist there where I'm like, when that happened, I was like, oh snap, what? So it was good, but they just messed up by rushing it along. So I really do feel like they should have just slow down a little bit without some of the characters. But so for that reason, unfortunately, I can't say I would give it 4 stars, but it's strong. Like I said, I would definitely watch it again, and I encourage you all to watch it. And again, let me know what you think. If I'm crazy, maybe I'm over analyzing it. I thought it was amazing. Taraji, 5 out of 5. Like, knocked it out the park. Sherri Shepherd, she's almost at that 5, right? There's a couple things where I was like, okay, I can tell she's acting. Like, I don't feel like this is the person. I feel like this is Sherri Shepherd acting. But what I will say is a majority of the movie, though, she was locked in. part of that I think just comes from doing more of those types of roles, which again, like I said before, I want to see her do more of the dramatic stuff, because she's extremely funny. You can tell she's an extremely sweet person and an extremely talented individual. And I feel like maybe she's been boxing herself in by not, and it may not even be her fault. There may not just be roles out there or people who were willing to give her the chance. So I want to see a lot more of her doing drama. And Tiana Taylor, number one, just based upon your looks and how beautiful she is, I want to see more of her. but nah. She's actually just an amazing actress too. She literally towards the end of the movie, I forgot it was Tiana Taylor. Believed it was this cop. So she did an excellent job, and some of the other actors were really good. And it was good to see Rock Dunbar. Actually, when I lived in Atlanta, I worked at a part-time in a restaurant out there, and he used to come to the restaurant all the time. And this was a small carry-out place, and I got a chance to chop it up with him and his family, and he's just a really great guy, and it's an amazing family too. He's got a really cool family, and just they're all just really good people. From the time I got a chance to speak with them, so it was good to see him. And Sinbad is on there too. So if you know anything about Sinbad, he had a health challenge, but he's back on the screen. So that was nice to see him back on the screen as well. So definitely go watch it on Netflix. Straw, Tyler Perry's Straw.